Jack Harper stepped carefully over the broken metal and twisted debris. The battlefield was silent, except for the occasional spark from damaged machinery. His boots crunched on the ground, and he could feel the weight of the quiet around him. The colony had been destroyed weeks ago, and no one had come to clean the ruins. It looked abandoned, but Jack knew danger could still be near. Lucy followed close behind, scanning the area with her scanner. Ryan brought up the rear, carrying extra gear and weapons. They had been sent to scout the area for survivors and valuable technology. What they found, however, would change everything. Under a pile of fallen metal, Jack noticed a flicker of light. He crouched and brushed aside debris with his hands. A face, human-like but cold and mechanical, stared back at him. The war android was trapped, broken, and barely functioning. Sparks flickered from its damaged circuits, and one of its limbs was pinned under heavy debris. "We need to get it out," Jack said. His voice was firm. He did not know if the android could speak or attack, but something about it felt important. Lucy and Ryan nodded. They all began lifting the heavy metal together, straining against the weight. Sweat ran down their faces and their muscles burned, but finally, the android was free. It sat up slowly, mechanical joints creaking, its eyes glowing faintly, scanned the humans around it. Jack held up his hands to show he meant no harm. The android tilted its head as if understanding. A faint hum came from its chest, and a holographic screen flickered to life, showing parts of a map. Jack leaned closer, curious. "What is it showing?" Lucy asked. Ryan shook his head. "I don't know, but it looks like a location, maybe where it came from." Jack nodded. "We will take it with us. It might help us find survivors or something important." Carefully, they lifted the android and carried it to their ship parked at the edge of the ruined colony. The Horizon was large and sturdy, its engines quiet but ready. Inside, Jack set the android down in a secure area. Lucy handed him tools, and they started examining its damage. "It is advanced," Lucy said. "Its design is unlike anything we have seen." "It might have information about the enemy," Jack agreed. "If it is damaged like this, it might not fight back. We have a chance to learn from it." The android's eyes glowed brighter as it activated more functions. It scanned the ship, then projected a hologram. Pieces of data appeared, showing people trapped on a distant planet. Jack and Lucy exchanged a look. This was more than a machine. It held secrets that could change the war. "We need to go there," Jack said. He felt a mix of excitement and fear. The map led to a place heavily guarded, but he could not ignore the chance to save those people. Suddenly, alarms went off. Small drones, probably left behind during the previous battles, activated and approached the ship. Jack grabbed his weapon. Lucy and Ryan did the same. The drones were fast, but humans were faster. They dodged attacks and took cover behind parts of the ship. Ryan threw a makeshift grenade that sent the drones flying. The android watched silently, then moved its arm. Small pulse shot out, disabling a few drones. Jack saw its potential. It was not just a machine. It could fight, and it could think strategically. Once the drones were gone, the crew took a moment to catch their breath. Jack looked at the android and nodded. "We will fix you. You will help us save those people." The android hummed again, as if agreeing. Lucy started examining the damaged circuits. Ryan helped her lift heavy parts, and Jack plotted their course. Outside, the ruined colony glowed under the light of the distant sun. Inside the ship, hope grew. Humans had rescued a machine, and now that machine might help them rescue humans in return. As the ship prepared to leave, Jack looked at the horizon. The stars were bright, but danger was ahead. He tightened his grip on his weapon and gave a silent promise. Whatever came, they would face it together. Humans always found a way. The android was a part of that future, and Jack knew this journey was only the beginning. After leaving the destroyed colony, Jack piloted the Horizon through open space. The android Artem moved slowly around the ship, its mechanical joints clicking softly. Lucy and Ryan watched as Artem projected more images. The hologram showed a distant planet, marked with red symbols and small dots moving around it. Jack leaned closer, studying the map. "This is where the humans are trapped," Artem said, its voice calm and mechanical. The words sounded strange but clear. Lucy and Ryan looked at Jack with concern. "You need to be careful," Lucy said. "If there are patrols or defenses, we could be walking into a trap." Jack nodded. I know, but we cannot ignore them. If people are there, we have to try to save them. Artem scanned the ship, analyzing its systems and making repairs to its own circuits. Jack noticed the android's eyes glowing brighter. It had intelligence beyond normal machines, able to predict outcomes and plan strategies. It could be the edge they needed to survive. Hours passed as they traveled through space. Artem began repairing itself more efficiently, using the ship's resources. Jack watched in silence. He felt a mix of curiosity and unease. A machine with this much intelligence could be dangerous if it chose to act against them, but so far, it had helped them. Suddenly, the ship's sensors picked up movement. Small drones were approaching, faster and more advanced than the ones at the colony. Jack immediately took control of the ship's defenses. Lucy and Ryan readied their weapons. The drones fired beams of energy, but the humans were quicker. Jack maneuvered the ship, dodging attacks while returning fire. Lucy and Ryan shot with precision, disabling several drones. Artem moved with unexpected speed. It calculated trajectories and fired pulses that destroyed the remaining drones. Jack realized the android's strategic mind was as useful in combat as it was in navigation. Together, they eliminated the threat without damage to the ship. Once the attack ended, Jack exhaled and wiped sweat from his forehead. Lucy looked at him. "We need to trust it, at least until we reach the planet." Jack nodded. "For now, it is the only chance we have." As they approached the planet, Artem projected detailed images of the fortress where the humans were held. It was heavily guarded with walls of metal and high towers. Patrols moved in regular patterns and surveillance drones scanned the area constantly. Jack studied the map carefully. 8. He knew they would need to move with precision and intelligence. "We cannot fight them head-on," Jack said. "We have to be smart. We have to use strategy and surprise." Lucy and Ryan agreed. They started planning for infiltration. Jack assigned roles, making sure each human had a clear task. Lucy would handle technical systems and security, Ryan would support with combat, and Jack would lead the entry team. Artem offered suggestions, calculating the fastest and safest path through the enemy defenses. Night fell on the planet, and the horizon moved silently above its surface. "Aye!" Jack's heart raced with anticipation. The fortress loomed ahead, dark and imposing. They were close, but danger was everywhere. Artem continued to project holograms, showing patrol routes and weak points in the walls. Jack realized the android had seen this place before, perhaps built for this exact mission. "We move at first light," Jack ordered. "Everyone rest now. We'll need all our strength and focus for what is ahead." The crew settled in their stations. Artem powered down partially, conserving energy while keeping systems active. Jack stared out the viewport, thinking about the humans trapped inside the fortress. He felt a deep responsibility. Their lives were in his hands, and failure was not an option. Hours passed slowly. Tension filled the ship as everyone prepared mentally for the mission. Jack checked his weapons and armor repeatedly. Lucy double-checked the tech they would use to bypass security. Ryan rehearsed combat moves silently. Artem hummed softly, its sensors scanning and recalculating plans. Finally, the planet's first light touched the horizon. Jack took a deep breath and looked at his team. They nodded to each other, ready for what was to come. The horizon glided silently toward the fortress, carrying humans and their unexpected ally. Every moment counted, and every decision mattered. Humans had come this far with courage, skill, and teamwork. Now, they would face the ultimate test. The mission to rescue their own had begun. The horizon glided above the fortress silently. Jack Harper looked down at the dark metal walls. The human prisoners were inside, but heavily guarded. He felt the weight of responsibility. Lucy and Ryan were ready, checking weapons and tech. Artem, the war android, projected the fortress layout, showing patrol routes and possible entrances. Jack studied the hologram carefully, cannot rush in. "We have to follow the path Artem shows us. We move fast and quiet. One mistake could cost lives." Lucy nodded. "I can hack the security systems from here. We can open doors and disable cameras." Ryan checked his weapons. "I will cover our entry. If anyone sees us, I will handle it." Jack took a deep breath and nodded at Artem. "Lead the way." The android's eyes glowed, and it calculated the safest path. The horizon hovered above a ridge that overlooked the fortress. Jack and his team prepared landing gear for a drop. Once they were on the ground, they would have limited time before patrols noticed them. Jack signaled the drop. The team descended carefully, landing in shadows near the outer wall. Lucy immediately connected a device to a nearby terminal. Lights flickered, then cameras along their path went dark. Artem calculated the time they had before the system reset. Jack led the team along a narrow passage, moving quietly. Patrols passed nearby, unaware of their presence. Artem predicted each guard's steps and guided the humans through blind spots. Ryan stayed alert, ready to strike if anything went wrong. They reached the first inner gate. Lucy hacked the system, and the door slid open silently. Inside, corridors twisted and turned. More patrols moved in patterns. Artem analyzed the data and suggested a shortcut through a maintenance tunnel. It was risky, but faster. Jack agreed. "We take the tunnel. Speed is our advantage." Inside the tunnel, the team encountered a locked security door. Lucy worked quickly, bypassing the controls while Jack and Ryan watched for danger. The door opened, and they continued deeper into the fortress. Suddenly, a small patrol rounded the corner. Ryan fired a stun shot, and the guards fell quietly. No alarm triggered. Artem moved to help, using its mechanical strength to push a heavy crate over a secondary path, blocking anyone from following. As they advanced, Artem projected a new hologram showing the location of the prisoners. Jack's heart raced. The humans were not far, but the final corridors were heavily guarded. He signaled the team to prepare for a fight. Lucy armed a small device to jam communication signals, and Ryan checked his weapons. They reached the cell block. Inside, humans were held in small cages. Jack could see fear in their eyes. He whispered, "Stay calm. We are here to get you out. Now, follow our lead." Lucy disabled the security locks while Artem calculated the guard's patrol. Ryan stood ready as Jack opened the first cage. The prisoners stepped out cautiously. Jack helped them move quietly toward the exit. Artem scanned ahead, marking safe spots for them to hide if needed. Suddenly, alarms blared. A squad of guards discovered their absence. Jack held up his hand. "Fight smart. Stick to the plan." The team engaged the guards in close combat. Humans showed skill and courage, using every advantage. Artem calculated enemy positions and guided Jack and Ryan to flank them. Within minutes, the guards were subdued, and the prisoners were safe. Jack led everyone back to the maintenance tunnel. The exit was near. The fortress was alert now, but Artem's strategies kept them ahead. Lucy jammed communications, slowing reinforcements. Ryan kept watch as they moved through the shadows. Finally, they reached the surface. The horizon hovered above, ready to extract them. Jack looked at the rescued humans, and then at his team. Everyone had performed with courage and precision. Artem had been invaluable, but human skill and teamwork had made the mission possible. As they lifted off, Jack felt a surge of pride. The prisoners were safe, and the fortress was behind them. The horizon moved away from the planet, carrying humans and a machine that had become an ally. The mission was not over, but this victory proved that humans with courage, strategy, and determination could overcome any obstacle. The journey ahead would be dangerous, but for now, they had one. The horizon moved silently above the planet as Jack Harper and his team regrouped. The rescued humans were safe for now, but they had to remain alert. Lucy checked the ship's systems while Ryan watched the perimeter. Artem, the war android, projected holograms of enemy movements. The alerts were constant. Another human faction was nearby, searching for the prisoners and the crew. Jack studied the projections. They are organized and strong, but we have the advantage: speed and strategy. Artem, calculate the safest path for our next move. Artem processed the information and highlighted a route that would take them through a narrow canyon. It was risky, but would help avoid the main enemy patrols. Jack agreed. "We take the canyon. Move fast and keep quiet." The horizon descended and landed near the canyon entrance. Jack led the team out. The rescued humans followed closely. Every sound echoed in the rocky terrain.
Staying.
Like shadows, staying low and using the rocks for cover. Artem guided them, pointing out patrol routes and alerting them to weak spots. Suddenly, a squad of enemy humans appeared at the canyon entrance. They were armed and ready. Jack signaled for everyone to hold position. Artem calculated the timing for a perfect ambush. When the enemy moved, Jack and Ryan attacked from the sides. Lucy used a small device to blind their sensors and disorient them. The enemies fell quickly, surprised by the precision of the human attack. Jack nodded at Artem. Good work. Keep scanning. They continued through the canyon. The path was narrow and treacherous. Jack took the lead, making sure the humans were safe. Artem projected obstacles ahead, warning of loose rocks and hidden traps. Lucy and Ryan followed closely, helping the rescued humans stay on the path. As they reached the canyon's end, they spotted a large fortress in the distance. This was the base of the enemy faction, controlled by a human male war leader. Jack knew that reaching it would be dangerous. The leader was skilled and ruthless. Many had failed against him before. Jack gathered his team. This is it. We have to be smart and strong. Artem will guide us, but human skill will decide the fight. They moved toward the fortress under the cover of darkness. Artem projected holograms showing patrol schedules and weak points in the walls. Jack studied the details carefully. The plan was simple. Infiltrate quietly, avoid main forces, and reach the control center where they could disable defenses. The first wall was heavily guarded. Jack and Ryan took out 2 sentries silently. Lucy hacked a terminal, opening the gate. Artem calculated movements and suggested paths. The team moved efficiently, relying on human skill and the android's intelligence. The rescued humans followed, learning quickly from the coordinated actions. Inside the fortress, corridors twisted and security was tight. Patrols moved in predictable patterns. Jack signaled when to move and when to wait. They avoided confrontation when possible, striking only when necessary. Ryan handled close combat while Lucy disabled cameras and sensors. Artem projected new paths and strategies, keeping them ahead of the enemy. Suddenly, alarms went off. Some guards had detected movement. Jack signaled the team to fight. Corridor became chaotic. Humans displayed courage and precision. Artem guided their actions, predicting enemy attacks and suggesting counters. The team worked as one, combining strategy, skill, and speed to overcome the guards. After the fight, they paused. The control center was near. Jack checked everyone. The rescued humans were tired, but determined. Lucy and Ryan were ready for the next challenge. Artem calculated the best path to the control room. Jack nodded. We finished this. Disable the defenses and prepare for extraction. Humans have come this far, and we will succeed. They moved as one toward the control center. Tension filled the air, but human courage and teamwork kept them strong. The mission was dangerous, but the horizon waited above, ready to lift them away. Every step brought them closer to victory, and the chance to show that humans could overcome any obstacle. Jack Harper led his team through the final corridor toward the control center. The fortress was tense, and the sound of footsteps echoed through the halls. Lucy focused on hacking the systems, her hands moving quickly over the device. Ryan stayed close to Jack, watching for guards and ready for combat. Artem calculated paths and predicted enemy movements, keeping the team ahead of danger. They reached a large door. Lucy connected her device to the panel. The door unlocked slowly, revealing the control room. Inside, consoles blinked with activity. A human male war leader stood at the center, overseeing operations. He was tall and strong, with a determined look in his eyes. Jack stepped forward, signaling the team to stay calm but ready. "We are here to stop you," Jack said firmly. The war leader turned, surprised but not afraid. He had faced many attackers before, but humans like Jack were different. The war leader attacked first. Jack dodged, moving with speed and precision. Ryan joined the fight, engaging the leader in close combat. Their movements were coordinated, using skill and strategy rather than brute force. The leader was strong, but Jack and Ryan adapted quickly, learning his patterns and exploiting weaknesses. Lucy worked at the consoles, overriding the fortress defenses. Alarms blared as she disabled security systems and opened doors for the rescued humans. Artem assisted, calculating the fastest sequence for the overrides. The team worked as one, humans and android combining intelligence and skill. The leader tried to regain control, but Jack anticipated his moves. A final strike from Ryan knocked the weapon from the leader's hands. Jack grabbed him, holding him steady. "This ends now," he said. The leader looked around, realizing he was outmatched. Human teamwork, courage, and strategy had won. With the leader subdued, Lucy completed the system shutdown. Doors unlocked, alarms ceased, and the prisoners could move freely. Jack helped the humans step out safely, giving clear instructions. Ryan kept watch, ensuring no one else interfered. Artem monitored the systems, preventing any hidden traps. Once everyone was free, Jack signaled the horizon. The ship hovered near the fortress, ready for extraction. Humans boarded quickly, carrying supplies and prisoners. The war leader was restrained and left under surveillance, defeated but alive. Jack looked at his team and the rescued humans, feeling a surge of pride. Artem projected a final hologram showing the fortress's remaining defenses. Jack studied it and nodded. "We neutralized what we could. Now we return to the horizon and prepare to leave this planet. Humans have won this battle, but we must stay vigilant." The team moved through the fortress quickly, using paths calculated by Artem. The prisoners followed, trusting the humans who had risked their lives to save them. Lucy ensured no systems were left active that could alert enemy forces. Ryan covered the rear, protecting the group from any last-minute attacks. They reached the extraction point. Jack helped the last prisoners aboard the horizon. The ship lifted off smoothly, leaving the fortress behind. Humans and androids together had completed a dangerous mission. The rescued humans looked at Jack, Ryan, and Lucy with gratitude and relief. Jack addressed everyone. "We faced danger, but we succeeded because we worked together. Humans are strong, brave, and smart. We never gave up, and now we have saved lives and stopped a threat. This is what humans do. We survive, we fight, and we win." The horizon moved away from the planet, the crew ready for whatever came next. The war leader remained behind, defeated, as humans flew toward safety. Jack watched the stars, thinking about the future. Artem stood quietly, its mechanical presence a reminder of the power of combining human courage with intelligence. The mission was complete, and humans had proven their strength again. The battle was over, but the journey was just beginning. After leaving the fortress behind, Jack Harper sat in the command chair of the horizon. Lucy monitored the ship's systems, while Ryan checked the rescued humans, making sure everyone was safe and accounted for. Artem moved quietly, its sensors scanning for threats and ensuring the ship stayed hidden from enemy radars. Jack studied the hologram Artem projected, showed several human factions in the sector. One was rogue and dangerous, responsible for the attacks on the colony and the fortress. Artem's voice was calm. "This faction plans to regroup. They may strike again." Jack nodded. "We have to be ready. Humans cannot allow this to continue. We will show them strength and strategy." Lucy looked up. "We can use this time to train the rescued humans. They need to be ready if the rogue faction comes after us," Ryan agreed. "Yes, and we can also strengthen the ship's defenses. Artem can help improve weapon systems and shields." Jack stood and walked among the rescued humans. Their eyes were wide with fear and hope. He spoke firmly. "You survived because humans are brave and work together. We will help you learn, and we will protect you. You are not alone." Over the next hours, Jack trained the humans in basic combat and survival skills. Lucy taught them how to disable security systems, while Ryan instructed them in defense and strategy. Artem calculated the most effective ways to teach quickly and efficiently. The humans learned fast, motivated by the courage they had witnessed. Suddenly, Artem alerted them to incoming signals. A fleet from the rogue faction was approaching. Jack immediately organized the crew and rescued humans. Everyone moved to battle stations. Horizon's shields activated, weapons ready. Lucy coordinated targeting systems, Ryan monitored the hull and external areas. Artem calculated enemy paths and weak points. The fleet arrived, sending waves of attack drones toward the horizon. Jack's heart raced, but he stayed calm. Humans fight smart, not just with power. Use your brains and courage. The battle began. The horizon fired carefully calculated shots, destroying enemy drones. Lucy disabled incoming guidance systems, confusing the attackers. Ryan led teams on the deck, repelling boarding attempts. Artem predicted enemy maneuvers, allowing humans to act first and with precision. The rogue fleet adapted, but the humans remained one step ahead. Every attack was met with strategy, teamwork, and bravery. Jack personally engaged enemy leaders when they tried to board. His movements were fast, strong, and decisive. He fought with skill, showing humans could match any threat. Artem coordinated from the bridge, analyzing patterns and offering advice. The humans followed its guidance, but made final decisions themselves. Every move was calculated, and human judgment was key. The combination of machine intelligence and human courage created a formidable force. After hours of battle, the rogue fleet began to retreat. Their attacks weakened, morale dropped. Jack and his team had shown that humans were not to be underestimated. The rescued humans cheered, inspired by the courage of Jack, Lucy, Ryan, and Artem. Once the threat was gone, Jack addressed everyone. "This is what humans do. We fight with brains and heart, protect each other, and never give up." The rogue faction has learned today that humans are strong, united, and determined. The Horizon continued through space, carrying humans in a machine that had become a trusted ally. Jack looked at the stars, thinking about the challenges ahead. Out. Artem hummed softly, scanning the area for further threats. Lucy and Ryan prepared systems and trained humans for future encounters. The battle was won, but the mission of defending humans and proving their strength was far from over. Jack felt pride and determination. Humans had survived impossible odds and saved lives. Courage, strategy, and teamwork had prevailed. The journey continued, but they were ready. Humans were not just survivors. They were fighters, protectors, and leaders. Together with Artem, they would face the next challenge and win again. The Horizon moved through space, carrying Jack, Harper, Lucy, Ryan, Artem, and the rescued humans towards safety. Their journey had been long, filled with danger, but the humans had survived. Jack knew this was not the end. The rogue faction was still out there, and other threats could appear. Preparation and courage were their best weapons. Artem projected a map showing several fleets and potential enemy movements. Jack studied it carefully. "We need to be ready for the final battle. Humans fight with strategy, skill, and heart. Cannot underestimate anyone." Lucy and Ryan trained the rescued humans, preparing them for combat and defense. Artem helped with calculations and simulations, teaching them how to anticipate enemy moves. Jack oversaw everything, making sure everyone understood the importance of teamwork and courage. The rogue fleet appeared suddenly on the horizon. This was the largest force Jack had seen so far. The humans braced themselves. Jack addressed everyone. "Humans are not weak. We fight smart and together. Every move counts. We will show them the strength of united humans." The battle began. Enemy ships fired energy beams and launched drones. Jack maneuvered the Horizon with precision, avoiding attacks and striking back with coordinated force. Lucy controlled the ship's weapons, aiming for enemy weak points. Ryan led boarding defenses, protecting the crew from any intrusions. Artem calculated patterns and suggested optimal firing sequences. Jack engaged in combat personally when enemy leaders attempted to board. His movements were quick and strong, striking with skill and precision. The rescued humans fought courageously, inspired by Jack, Lucy, Ryan, and the war android. Every human on board contributed, showing that courage and teamwork could overcome any challenge. Artem projected enemy positions, giving humans a clear advantage. Jack listened to its calculations, but made the final decisions. The combination of human judgment and machine intelligence created a powerful force. Enemy ships were destroyed, drones were disabled, and the rogue fleet began to retreat. Jack pursued the main enemy ship, knowing the rogue leader had to be confronted. Ryan and Lucy followed, securing the Horizon and keeping the rescued humans safe. The rogue leader was strong, but Jack anticipated his moves, countering attacks with precision. After a tense duel, the rogue leader was subdued and restrained. Victory belonged to the humans. Once the battle ended, Jack gathered everyone on the bridge. The Horizon had suffered minor damage, but the humans were safe. Jack addressed the crew and rescued humans. Today, humans showed courage, strategy, and strength, never gave up, and we worked together, saved lives, and defeated a powerful enemy. Humans can face anything and overcome it. The rescued humans cheered, proud of what they had accomplished. Lucy and Ryan looked at Jack with respect, knowing his leadership had made the difference. Artem stood silently, a loyal ally, and a reminder of how humans could combine intelligence and courage to succeed. As the horizon moved through space, stars streaked past the viewport. Jack felt a sense of accomplishment and determination. Humans had survived impossible odds, rescued their own, and proven their strength. This was only the beginning. Together, humans and Artem would face the future, defend each other, and conquer every challenge that came their way. The horizon sailed on, carrying humans who had learned that courage, teamwork, and intelligence were stronger than fear or enemies. The rogue faction was defeated, but the spirit of humans remained unstoppable. Jack looked at the stars, ready for the next mission. The story of their bravery and triumph would be remembered, a testament to human strength and determination. Humans had won, and they were ready for whatever lay ahead.